as of today, and for centuries, I guess, for centuries, for over 1,000 years, no one has known what the Injil is. Ever since it's been tampered with and corrupted, according to you, or it's been lost or whatever. So, with this being said, then if you don't know what the Injil is, how do you know that the Bible is in it?
Because the Bible, which version of the Bible are you talking about?
Any of them. Pick any Bible. Any Bible you want. How do you know any of the Bibles that we have is not the Injil?
There could be parts of the Injil in there.
How do you know?
I don't know.
Hello, amazing viewers. Welcome back to Religious Insight. In this fascinating episode, this is one of the most dishonest videos of a Muslim denying the facts you will ever watch. Is it a sin to lie on behalf of Allah? Let's watch this video to find out exactly what happened.
That was wild, man.
So man. So you would say that I'm talking to a real Muslim now?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, look, he was giving us verses. He was breaking down. He was giving us, commentary. He was giving us points that had to seem to have some substance, So I can't knock somebody who's bringing points and making with substance. I can't knock them. That's why I brought other Muslims up to see if you guys can contend with that.
Just quick, I only have like 10 minutes because I gotta go somewhere. So because I had more time, but this guy started yapping, so I couldn't finish.
So do you want to just come back Friday? So you're not in a rush?
So when do you start streaming?
Are you on the East Coast or West Coast?
I'm in USA, so that's in Maryland. So that's East Coast.
That's what?
East Coast.
East Coast. Okay, so 5 p.m. Eastern.
So if I join on 5, could I be the first person that goes?
If you join at 5, you will be the first person.
All right, I appreciate you, man.
All right, take care, bro.
Take care.
Coop, you're still here.
Yep.
Okay, so tell us why you reject the crucifixion.
Because like I said, it's explicitly stated there. I've never heard that theory before. That there was a death and a resurrection of Jesus. I mean, I get that that's a Christian viewpoint, but as far as a Muslim viewpoint, I've never heard that.
Inspired from philosophy, is that a Christian viewpoint that Jesus was crucified?
I mean, I have heard it is definitely a Christian viewpoint. I've heard Muslims that have been fine with it and have argued for it. Typically, they're considered heretical by Sunnis like the Ismailis or the Ahmadis, but I have heard people claim to be Muslim and hold to that. But in Sunni Islam, that was the first Sunni Muslim I've ever heard be cool with the Trinity, the atonement, the death, and the resurrection.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was like, is this guy Christian?
Undercover. They gonna think that I paid you, Ibn Anwar. They gonna think I paid you, man. But yeah, so what about non-religious? Is this a view of non-religious people that Jesus was crucified?
Oh, it's a view of every non-religious scholar.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think historically wise, yes, I believe that is like something that's recorded. It really comes down to like the message in the Quran just saying that wasn't Jesus.
So you don't think it's a red flag?
Historically, yes, there was a man who was probably crucified, during the Roman times, whatever, I believe that. I'll accept that. Yeah.
So you don't think that it's a red flag? You don't think it's a problem that like all of the evidence we have historically, all of it points to Jesus being crucified, and then the only thing that you have to lean on is, oh well, the Quran says he wasn't, so therefore he wasn't. Like you don't see that as a issue that all the evidence points opposite of what the Quran is saying?
No.
And why not?
Well, I think personally there are some things that have to be taken on faith. I mean, even the existence of God, in and of itself is faith. I mean, you could say,
but it's not blind faith, right?
No, I think I find evidences of other things in Islam, so I'm willing to accept that.
So if you have something in Islam that has no evidence for it, but and by the way, it's not just that it has no evidence for its claim, but all of the evidence points to the opposite of what the Quran is claiming. and that's not an issue.
No, I don't think so. Not that way. I mean, because if you're able to accept other miracles, then you have to be willing to accept that that's a possibility as well. That's how I feel.
What if God said that the Messiah was going to come and suffer for mankind? What if God revealed that was going to happen? Would that change your mind?
I mean, I guess so. But I mean, it's like it depends on where you're coming from, because it's like, where do you get that from? Do you get that from
God's
Bible?
revelation?
I mean, I don't.
Yeah, the Quran.
But I think if we get into the Bible, then we're getting into edits, which books,
Edits.
version. Yeah, I mean, because there's different number of books depending on what version.
No, the Quran doesn't say there's any edits in the scriptures.
No, I'm saying if you're talking about historicity, we're going to have to say that the Bible's been edited. It's that's just an exception.
So then the Quran will be wrong then for affirming a book that's edited?
It doesn't affirm the Bible. It affirms the Injil, which was the message given to Jesus.
Oh my gosh!
Get that confused?
Coop, you have just entered our favorite segment of the year. Hello, everyone. I am your host, Godlogic, and we have entered our favorite segment of the year. What's the Injil? And I have a co-host with me, my partner in crime, Inspiring Philosophy.
Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Mike Jones, and I have a lot of information for you guys. Go to my YouTube channel. That's what you need to do.
You.
I'm the information guy.
Thank you. Yes, Michael Jones is with us today. So, Mike, are you excited for this segment?
Yes, I am. As
Sure.
a matter of fact, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for this guy to claim that he knew what the Injil was.
All right, there we go.
Hey, Life, how's it going? Life, what's up, Life?
All right.
Love it.
So here we go, guys. Now I'm about to edit this back. I'm about to take.
Don't forget, I know the real Mike Jones.
Yeah, I'm about to take the real Mike Jones off the panel, so it's just me and the fake Inspiring Philosophy. So let's go ahead and fix that back up. Okay, there we go. All right. So, Coop, you said that the Injil is not the Bible that we have today. It's a revelation that was given to Jesus. And so my question is, my friend, is what was that?
Well, it was the oneness of God. He said that the most important message was that, Israel, O Israel, thy Lord God is one. I don't believe that he
Whoa.
Trinity.
Pause there.
Yep,
You said that Jesus says in the Injil that the most important commandment is Hear, O Israel, the Lord is one?
No, I say that that's in the Bible.
Oh, but okay, we're not. Remember, you said the Injil is not the Bible. So
Right.
the Bible's out of here. The Bible's off the table.
Right. So we do not have an Injil. We don't know what the Injil is. The Injil is a message that was revealed to Jesus, peace be upon him. He would know what the Injil was. All we have is, writings, different texts that we can look to.
I appreciate your honesty.
What the Injil is, but yeah. No,
Okay.
nobody has the Injil. Nobody has
the Injil. Nobody has the Injil, and nobody knows what the Injil is.
I would say that, yeah.
Okay. So,
not anybody. I mean, if we're getting into prophets and, God.
Sure, well, no worries.
Yeah.
As of today, and for centuries, I guess, for over 1,000 years, no one has known what the Injil is, ever since it's been tampered with and corrupted, according to you, or it's been lost or whatever. So with this being said, then if you don't know what the Injil is, how do you know that the Bible is in it?
Because the Bible, which version of the Bible are you talking about?
Any of them. Pick any Bible you want. How do you know any of the Bibles that we have is not the Injil?
There could be parts of the Injil in there.
How do you know?
I don't know. But there could be versions of it in there. We don't know.
So it could. So very well, the Bible can very well have the full Injil in it, right?
Corruption of the Bible. There is documented editing of it.
Oh, just really quick.
Different versions.
As far as you know, the Bible could contain the full Injil. Is that right?
I do not believe that. No, I don't think that it can be 100% accurate. Just because, like I said, there's too many different versions, too many different translations of it. too many phone games. There's no way to like say that it's 100%.
Got it. So just to be clear, you don't know what the Injil is. You're saying that the Bibles that we have today could partially have some Injil in there. Why couldn't they have the full Injil in there?
Because there's no way to know definitively what's the proper version of the Bible.
So therefore, you can't even say that they have parts of it then, right? Because there's no way for you to definitively know, right? So how can you say that?
There's also no way for a Christian to definitively know that any of it's true either, because it's all just, it's been edited too much.
So from your logic, no one can know if we have parts of the Injil, none of the Injil, or all of the Injil. We can't know. Is that right?
We would just have to make educated guesses and research. I mean, that's what...
Well, educated guesses are based on education, right? They're based on substance. So what educative...
So, in my opinion, I would say that there probably is some of the Injil in the Bible, yes.
Based on what?
Based upon, I would think that, just the same way you would try to verify the Bible, there are people who were around at the time. There's historical documents stating...
No, you're not dealing with what I'm asking. How would you base what are you basing this idea that we can probably surmise that there's some of the Injil in the Bibles that we have today? How would you even know that these parts belong to the Injil?
I guess you wouldn't. There's no way to know.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So again, either the Bible has none of the Injil, some of the Injil, or it contains all of the Injil, but you wouldn't know. Is that right?
I would not know definitively, to be 100% honest. No, I would not. I don't think anybody really can. I don't think because there's no way to get definitive proof that any of this happened. There's no way to get definitive proof. Just like you were saying earlier, there's not a definitive proof that Jesus died. But I mean, if you want to look into history,
we didn't say that. We said it's a definitive proof that he died.
He said we said it's a historic record. You could tell.
Okay, so with this being said, then
I can't prove that Julius Caesar existed, but
I got you. Coop. I got you. So, with this being said, since you cannot definitively know anything about the Injil, parts, some or none, then as of right now, you cannot say that I don't have the Injil in my Bible. Correct?
I cannot say that you do not have parts of it in there. I can't.
No. You can't say that I don't have the Injil at all.
We say it's not the full Injil.
You can't. But you said you can definitively say it's not the full.
Yes, I could because there is no Bible that has been preserved in the same way as the Quran throughout the years.
The Quran has nothing to do with this. Right. How do you know that what I have is not the full Injil?
Because it has been edited by various sources, and
How do you know? How do you know that the parts that I have are an edited Injil?
Because the entire Bible has been edited.
My brother, I'm gonna stop you here with the assertions. I need you to give me. I need you to give me a specific thing. We're talking about the Injil.
Correct.
You said that you can know definitively that I don't have all of the Injil.
Correct.
But I have edited parts of the Injil.
That you have.
How do you know that I have edited parts of the Injil? Do you have an Injil?
No, but I know that the Bible has been edited.
Have you ever seen the Injil?
The Bible cannot be the Injil.
How do you know that the Bible? How do you know the Bible has ever contained the Injil?
I don't know that, but I know that it doesn't.
So then, how do you know that the Bible has an edited Injil if you don't know if it ever had the Injil in it in the first place?
All I'm saying is it definitively does not have the entire Injil in it. That is absolutely
okay. I'm gonna ask you one last time. Does the Bible contain parts of the Injil? Yes or no? I'm asking a definite question.
It's possible. I can't say definitively.
Then ask if it's possible. Does it or does it not?
It could. There's no way to definitively say.
So is your answer I don't know?
Yeah, I guess that could be my answer.
Thank you. Your answer is I don't know.
It definitively does not contain the full Injil.
Beautiful.
However, it does not.
So stop lying to yourself and stop lying to me and stop lying to my handsome guest here by saying that you can definitively state that the Bible has edited parts of the Injil. Stop saying that because you don't know.
Say that. I can still say that because you don't have a full version of the Bible.
He said he can still say that. So you're saying
that it does not contain the full Injil.
You're saying that you can still say right now that you definitely know that the Bible has edited parts of the Injil in it?
Yes.
Okay. How do you know that these parts? Matter of fact, give me an example of an edited part of the Injil in the Bible. Give me an example.
What I don't know what is in the Injil. This is what I don't think you're.
Get out of here, bro.
He doesn't know what's in the Injil, but he knows there's edited parts in the Injil, but he doesn't know what those parts are, but he can't say if the Injil is in the Bible, but he knows there's edited parts, but he can't say that he knows that they're there. That's what I got out of that. That made total sense. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Again,
remember, Avery, we are to judge by that Injil. That's what it says. It says we have to judge that by the Injil that we don't have, that we never had and can never identify. Thanks a lot.
Bro. I don't know. I mean, I could not for the life of me, IP, come on a panel with 3,100 people watching and do that. I couldn't. I love myself too much, bro. I love myself too much. My wife loves me. I represent my wife, my father, and my mother. I could not embarrass them that way by being that dishonest and that flip-floppy and just double and triple talking like that. I couldn't do it.
I was afraid to ask him what the Torah is because I would have been a whole other kerfuffle, I feel like.
Kerfuffle.
Well, the Torah you have contains parts of the Torah, but not all of it has edited parts, and the real Torah is sort of there, but not there at the same time. There.
Definitively, though, but not
definitively. Definitively, he does not know if it's possible. There definitely, maybe, most definitely is part of the possible Injil there somewhere, but not there.
All right, let's bring up somebody else. I reject crucifixion. You're on the stage. Going once. There you go. How you doing?
Can you hear me good?
Yep.
I have a confession to make to you.
Okay.
Hello?
Are you a troll?
Yeah, no, I'm not a troll. I'm actually a Muslim. I was watching your videos and I just wanted to come on and confess to you. Jesus is a nigger.
There it was, yes.
And we had you figured out. Had you ready to go, boy. Ready to go. All right, let's see here. Hopefully this could be somebody serious.
Hello?
Nafiad?
Can you hear me? Yeah, that's right. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, great. I have a question for IT. How do we know Jesus existed or was crucified even? Could you give me the evidence? I'm not sure.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're coming through a sewer pipe, by the way, and we're getting an echo, so I'm hearing myself in your ears, so maybe fix that. So how do we know about Jesus' life and crucifixion? Well, we have a ton of evidence for this. So just looking at Tacitus in his Annals, chapter 15, he says that there was someone named Christus who suffered the extreme penalty during the reign of Tiberius at the hands of a procurator named Pontius Pilate. The letter of Marabar Serapion says that the Jews murdered their wise king in reference to Jesus. The Talmud says on the eve of Passover, they hanged Yeshua. For 40 days before his execution, took place a herald cried going forth that he should be stoned because he practiced sorcery. So that acknowledges a couple things there. The Jews acknowledged that Jesus was supposed to be executed. They wanted to stone him, which would make sense with their customs, but also he was doing some miraculous power because they accused him of doing sorcery. That matches what we see in the Gospels about them accusing of casting out demons through Beelzebub. Of course, Josephus gives us some of the best information. I highly recommend Thomas Schmidt's new book, Jesus and Josephus, on this. But Josephus got his information from people that were very likely at the trial of Jesus, people that would have been there. And he says that Pilate condemned him to be crucified. His disciples reported that he rose from the dead 3 days later, and that he had some miraculous, wonderful powers there. There's also Lucian, Celsus as well. So we have all this evidence before we even get to the New Testament, because we have a ton more in the New Testament, where like Paul affirms that Jesus was a descendant of David. He had disciples. On the night when he was betrayed, he instituted the Last Supper, which we also see as the origin of the Eucharist. So we have all of this historical data right then and there, and we haven't even gotten to the Gospels yet. But that's what I would say is a good beginning point.
All right, you got to unmute your. There you go.
Yeah, that was like my own question.
Do you have headphones or Bluetooth on or something?
I have Bluetooth headphones. I think they're very bad. It's raining outside right now. It could maybe be that. I don't know.
No, because there's an echo with you. So if you're not right now using headphones.
I am using headphones.
Yeah. Try to.
They may be like crappy headphones. I don't know.
Yeah, they are. Because it's messing up everything. Take them out.
That was like my only question. That's the only question I really had.
I would also add that, people say Paul is our earliest source. He's actually not our earliest source. Our earliest source is pre-Pauline literature. So in 1 Corinthians 15, he cites a creed that came from the early church, and scholars say that's probably within 3 years of Jesus' death and resurrection. Atheist scholars would just say death. But in that creed of 1 Corinthians 15, it says Christ died in accordance for our sins in accordance with the scriptures. He was buried. He was raised on the third day, appeared to Peter, the 12, more than 500 brothers. And then you also have the early hymn in Philippians 2, which refers to Jesus being equal to God. So this is early pre-Pauline literature affirming essential Christian doctrines very early on, even before Paul wrote them down.
Yeah, that was like the only question I had. So like, bye.
All right, take care, man.
Take care. Always happy to answer your questions.
Hello.
You're Muslim?
Yes.
Awesome.
Can I? All right. Let me share this to you, please, Avery. I was not raised as a Muslim. I converted.
How long have you been a convert?
For the past 6 months.
6 months.
And yes, and I just gotta tell you that before being Muslim, I was Christian.
Okay, so why do you deny the crucifixion?
I don't deny it 100%. 100%.
So what's going on? You're a Muslim, and obviously,
maybe. Does it say in the Quran, similar to what Jesus said, forgive them for what they know not what they do?
No, it doesn't say that in the Quran. That's a hadith.
Okay, the hadith doesn't. The hadith. I'm new, so it echoes what Jesus said in the Gospels, right?
Yep, when he was on the cross. What's happening?
I am feeling a little convicted.
Okay. What are you feeling convicted on? Are you worried about his truth of Islam? What's bothering you?
He's trolling. I think he's a troll.
I don't know, man. It was just like taking forever. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
But we get these, man. Usually when you guys come around.
Yeah, can you hear me?
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you doing, bro?
Pretty good, man. You
Assalamualaikum.
Muslim?
Yeah, I'm Muslim.
Okay.
The problem with crucifixion is, what does it benefit, like, to human beings in general? How does it benefit anything?
Well,
like
we could talk
Jesus
about
died for your sins, and
we could talk
then
about the
people would be-
benefit of it. We could talk about the benefit of it. That's phase 2. First phase is, did it happen in the first place? So, do you reject that it happened in the first place, or what?
No, I don't believe it happened.
Why not?
Jesus, I believe Jesus managed to escape, and he
why?
survived. Because I don't believe anybody who's in relation to God won't allow his people to suffer.
Why did Allah allow his prophets? Why did Allah allow his prophets to die and be murdered by some of the Jews before Jesus?
Can you name which prophet?
I can't name which prophets, but the Quran says that they killed some of their prophets. Why did Allah allow some of his prophets to be killed?
Oh yeah, I know. You're talking about Prophet Saleh. He's mentioned.
No, the Quran mentions quite a few of them, or not by name, but it like groups them and says that they killed their prophets.
Yeah, Surah 4:155. They were condemned for breaking their covenant, rejecting Allah's signs, killing the prophets unjustly.
Why did Allah allow his prophets to be killed unjustly?
Okay, so then Quran also says Jesus didn't die. He was resurrected, and God saved him from.
But hold on, brother. You're skipping over. Why did Allah allow his prophets to be killed unjustly?
To send them a new prophet and a messenger.
So he can't send a new prophet or a new messenger without having the current prophet killed unjustly? He can't raise them to himself?
Like no. It doesn't happen to everybody. Like, it's specifically for the Messiah. Only for the Christ it happened that way. And no other prophet was elevated to that level with God.
That's not true. The Quran says that Allah makes no distinction among the prophets.
Where does it say it doesn't make distinctions among the prophets?
That's chapter 2. In chapter 2, the Quran says, we do not make distinction among the prophets. Ain't that right, Life? Life, you there? Man, this dude is so useless.
I think it's Surah 384. We make no distinction between any of them, and we are Muslims. So it says, we have believed in Allah and what was revealed to us and what was revealed to Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac, Jacob, and the descendants, and what was given to Moses and Jesus, and to the prophets from their Lord. We make no distinction between any of them, and we are Muslims to him.
So you see no distinction can be made with the prophets?
Yeah, but God needs to make some of do you believe not everybody is Christ, right? Not everybody is Messiah or has the title of.
That's right. Even though the Quran says he makes no distinction among the prophets, the Quran definitely shows that Jesus is on another level than everybody else. You're right.
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's true.
So with this all being said, man, we see that Allah has a pattern of allowing his prophets to be killed unjustly. So this idea that, Allah wouldn't let this happen to Jesus, it goes against your Quran, because
Allah
does do that.
No. It's not the pattern of Allah, and definitely not people have been always killing prophets.
I think you're missing it. Allah has in the past allowed his prophets to be killed unjustly. So saying that, oh, I reject the crucifixion because Allah wouldn't let this happen to Jesus, one of his prophets and messengers who he loves. No, yes, he would. He's done it. He's allowed his prophets to be killed unjustly before. So that's not a reason to reject the crucifixion. So why do you really reject the crucifixion?
It doesn't benefit anything. Like, it doesn't benefit anyone. If
that doesn't mean it didn't happen. Whether it benefits you or me or doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Why do you reject that it happened in the first place?
Because I believe, specifically due to the Quran verse that said Jesus was raised and he was never crucified, nor did they kill him.
There it is. So let's make sure that if you don't convert anytime soon to the truth of Christianity and you remain to be a Muslim and stick your head under the sand, that whenever this topic is brought up, my brother, remember that is your reason. You don't have any logical reason, any emotional reason. You don't have any other reason to reject the crucifixion other than you believe that the Quran denies the crucifixion. So because the Quran denies the crucifixion from your interpretation, therefore, that's why you reject it. Not because God wouldn't let this happen, not because there's no benefit to you of the crucifixion. It's simply because the Quran says so.
Yeah, I mean, what's the problem with God saving Jesus Christ?
The problem with it is that, one, it's historically false. All of the historical evidence says that Jesus was crucified under Pontius Pilate. And then two, it's prophetically false. The prophets foretold that the Messiah would be crucified and suffer. So historically and prophetically, all of the evidence points to Jesus being crucified. And the Quran stands alone going against this.
And also the Quran again tells Muslims in Surah 29:46 for Muslims to say to the people of the book, I believe in what has been revealed to us and what has been revealed to you. So you are commanded by Allah to believe in our scriptures, which says Jesus was crucified.
Nah.
Okay. I mean, previously with the Judaism, Jesus brought new laws, new commands, and Jews rejected that. So that can happen.
I'm gonna ask you something. This hadith here, you see it on the screen?
Yeah, I see it.
It says, narrated Abdullah as if I am looking at the prophet while he was speaking about one of the prophets whose people have beaten and wounded him, and he was wiping the blood off his face, saying, O Lord, forgive my people as they do not know. Who do you think that is? You're still here, IP. You're not off.
Of course, it's Jesus Christ.
And do you know when Jesus said this?
Do I know when Jesus said this?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was on the cross.
Exactly. So Jesus said this when he was on the cross, and you have an authentic hadith pointing to Jesus when he was on the cross. So it's affirming the crucifixion.
But it doesn't say they killed him or they murdered him, anything like that.
Brother, he's on the cross.
It's like saying Jesus was alive and he was saying, "Oh Lord, forgive my people as they do not know." So that means he was definitely not killed. I have mentioned he later he was killed.
So on the cross, so the Quran, the hadith here is affirming an event with Jesus while he's on the cross, right?
Yeah, right.
That means that he was crucified, right?
He was on the cross.
Which means that he was crucified.
I mean, it's not confirmed he was on the cross. It might be like they were taking him towards the cross, like, and beating him up and like taking him down the road to the cross. That might be the case.
Let me show you this, because no, that's not the case. Let me show you this, Habibi. It says here, 2 others who were criminals were led away to be put to death with him. And when they came to the place that is called the Skull, there they crucified him and the criminals, one on his right and one on his left. And Jesus said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So he says this while he's bleeding on the cross.
Okay. Do you believe? Okay. At this point, I would ask you: Do you believe the suffering that people suffer, or anything like you see people dying? Can God alleviate that? Meaning, can God stop it from happening? Can God intervene?
God can stop it from happening. The question is, did he stop this from happening? According to the gospel, according to even your hadith that's pointing to the gospel, and according to all of the history, did Jesus get crucified or not?
No, he didn't stop until he was there on the cross. Then it happened. Then he raised him up. That he didn't let Jesus die.
So you're affirming that he was crucified, but then got saved from dying on the cross?
No, up to the point of like getting on the cross.
So you're saying that he wasn't on the cross
like
at all?
beating him up and torturing him, and when they were gonna crucify him, then God intervened and saved Jesus Christ.
All right, let's do this one more time.
Okay.
Let's do this one more time. Where did Jesus say these words?
I can't really confirm it because it can be near the cross. You don't know how much distance from the cross. He said.
So like you don't know?
It can be literally near the cross.
So you don't know?
Not by just this verse. I mean, this hadith specifically. I can only tell it is nearby.
According
it is nearby cross.
According to the original narrative, is he on the cross when he says this?
I mean, with this you showed me on the screen. Yeah.
Okay. Now my question is this: do you have anything else besides this that points to Jesus saying these words not on the cross?
No, I don't have anything else except that hadith you showed.
So you have nothing. You have nothing that suggests he said these words apart from the cross. The only thing we have is him saying those words on the cross. Is that right?
No, it is that you believe that he said it on the cross. It can be.
Take care, man. Watch your head on the way out, big dog.
Okay, welcome back, guys. That was very amazing and very fascinating. I believe you learned something new. Let us know what you were able to learn in the comment section. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, your family. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. This very issue of the corrupted scripture is what is misleading many Muslims. The truth is that all the Dead Sea Scroll copies and all the earliest copies of the Bible found that are being translated today are older than the Quran itself. We have evidence that what we have today is the same Bible they held prior to the time of Muhammad. These are facts and can be researched. We got all the full version of the Gospels and the words of the Apostles, unlike the Quran that have been altered and burnt by Uthman. The Islamic ideology is somehow crazy. They don't know what the Bible is, what the Injil truly is. They have never seen it. They have never read from it, but yet they believe that what Christians have is not the original Injil. Can they prove how it has been corrupted? No, but yet they are hinged on the fact that it has been corrupted. For anyone to be able to differentiate between the original of a product from the fake one, it must have been that they have the original or they have seen the original product. In the case where you don't know the original, you don't have it, neither have you seen it, whatever opinion you have about that product is a personal opinion and it should not be trusted in any way. And this video right here has proven once again that this is Islam for you. They say they believe and honor Jesus, and yet they dishonor him by being a racist. Make it make sense. You don't honor person at the same time dishonor him. Imagine the racist law the other guy used on Jesus and he believes that he honors Jesus. Islam is a joke. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and your family. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Love to see you in the next episode.